Hi there. Welcome. It's so good to see you. Well, so good to see through you, I suppose. I'm so excited that you've decided to return to the earthly plane as a ghost. Wonderful. But before you do, there's a couple of processes to go through. Firstly, you need to decide what kind of ghost you're going to be. We do have a few vacancies available at the moment. I'll ask you a few questions to ascertain what kind of spirit you are. Just answer truthfully. You don't want to end up back down there doing the wrong job. Once you've decided, we'll check that your skill set is right. And if not, I'll teach you. How does that sound? Fantastic. Well, float away, relax, and let's see what we've got. I have 4 vacancies available, all very different ghosts that will suit very different personalities. I have a vacancy for a poltergeist. If you are, well, mischievous in personality, that would suit you well. I have an opening for a residual spirit. Something that likes to do the same things over and over and over. No real problem, but can still be quite scary. Speaking of scary, I have 1 vacancy for a wraith. You feel that you could evoke that kind of terror in somebody? We'll see as we go. And finally, a vacancy for a guardian spirit. You want to take care of someone, look over them, look after them. That really is the job for you. As I say, let's start with a few questions before we look at those abilities. So, do you prefer silence or noise? Okay. Do you like making noise? Would you rather be seen just in glimpses or in your full glory as a ghost? When somebody encounters you, do you want them to feel fear, sadness, anger, or safety? What kind of a place would you like to inhabit? A busy kitchen full of movable objects? A forgotten attic where the dust is allowed to settle? A long, dark corridor where everybody's footsteps echo? Or a quiet bedroom from where you can keep watch? What sounds would you prefer to make? Loud noises, bangs, house crashes, smashes. None at all. Just silently passing on by. Low guttural sounds. Growling, howling, screaming sounds. Or a soft hush, a gentle, ethereal lullaby. After an encounter with you, how would you like to be remembered? In fear? With a lingering sort of unease? In chaos? Or with gratitude? That's the first few questions done. You feeling yourself pulled towards any of these vacancies? Think about these scenarios for me. A new family moves into the house you now inhabit. What do you do on their first night? Do you knock a glass off the table? Do you sit at the end of the bed, unseen, but your presence is felt? Do you stand in the hallway waiting for somebody to get up? Or do you keep watch at the window to make sure all is well? Someone says to you that they do not believe in ghosts. Do you prove it to them? Do you hide their keys? Do you just walk away? Or do you whisper into their ear that you're here for their benefit? Interesting choice. A child wakes in the night and sees your shadow. It upsets them and they begin to cry. What do you do? Do you move their toys across the floor? Do you sit down in the chair as you once did? Do you make it worse? Do you loom over them until they stop crying in terror? Or do you sit quietly and soothe them until they drop back off to sleep? You sense another spirit nearby. Sometimes this does happen. Do you clash with them? Throw all the objects that you can at them? Do you ignore them? Just continue to replay your routine in your mind over and over? Do you attack them for daring to step foot in your territory? Or do you acknowledge them and make sure that they are here to protect the living, just like you do? When you manifest, take corporeal form, which does take an awful lot of energy. How do you spend that energy? Rattling the doors, walking up and down the stairs, over and over and over, by cornering intruders in the dark, or by standing nice and still, but being ready to help. Wonderful. Almost there. I think you know which job you'd like to take, but let's be certain. If you could control only one disturbance, what would it be? Sudden cold drafts, broken glass, flickering lights, or doors that open when people need them to. You have the opportunity to drain someone. Do you drain their warmth, their courage, both, or neither? Which place feels most comfortable to linger a little longer than you should? In a crowded family home? In an old abandoned warehouse? In a stone corridor? Or in a churchyard? If we were to tie your spirit to somewhere specific, would you prefer it was an object, a house, a person, or a place of safety? If you were forced to appear during the day, as sometimes happens, where would you stand? Behind someone? In a doorway, just out of sight? At the window, looking out? Or beside someone who needs comforting? Very clear indicator now. 2 or 3 more questions and then we'll take a look at your skill set. What type of person do you feel drawn towards? Skeptics? Because they'll believe after they met you. The lonely? The cruel? Or the vulnerable? choose a person to notice you. A frightened child, a grieving widow, an enemy who wronged you, or someone who's so very lost and in need of help. Finally, a group of pesky kids breaks in at night. Do you slam the doors and throw around their possessions? Do you appear only as a faint shape that they'll see in their pictures afterwards? Do you separate them and terrify them one by one? Or do you lead them to safety? Wonderful. Well, any of those really call to you? Decided where you would like to go and what you'd like to do? Let's take a look at your abilities. Let's allow these to float here. There we go. So to begin with, I'd like you to demonstrate some abilities that all spirits need. I'd like you to try to turn the room a little cold. You can use, well, what used to be your breath if you would like to. That kind of thing. Have a go. See if you can notice that temperature change. Have a go. That's rather good. Well done. Next, take a look at this candle, which is struggling to stay lit. Can you blow it out with what used to be your breath? Give it a go. I know it's difficult. Can you make the candle move? The flame, I mean. I'm aware that I'm making the candle move. Let me try and hold very still. Try one more time to blow it out. So nearly there. Well, it's not in everybody's skill set. Don't worry. There'll be plenty of time to hone that skill. How do you feel about trying to make a noise? You don't have to physically make the noise. If you imagine the noise, those down on Earth can hear it. So, what's a ghostly noise that we can think of? Oh, rattling chains. Think of that noise and create it. Oh, now that is really rather good. I'm going to make a note of that. That was wonderful. Very good. A scraping noise as if furniture is moving. It's better to make the noise than to move the furniture, because then when the scared humans come to check, they'll see nothing has actually moved. Have a go. Also not bad. Well, you really are quite talented. Next, think about the way in which you would move around a house. If you were to plot out a route to take over and over and over through the front door, up the stairs, around the upstairs, back down, around the downstairs, back out the door, back in the door, up the stairs, around the upstairs, back down the stairs, around the downstairs, back out the door. Think about that loop, and if you would be prepared to do it over and over and over again. Next, whisper. It's important, if you want to be a ghost, that you're able to whisper. Whether you want to bring comfort or scare the living daylights out of someone, a whisper is where it begins. Whisper back to me. It can be anything at all. Let me hear that whisper. Wonderful whispering. Now, add an echo to that whisper. Simply, it's very easy to do once you get the hang of it. And let's be honest, you want to scare, am I right? A whisper is the way to stop fear. Echo how to make it good. Oh, the things I can teach you about whispering and the impact. But for now, it's another wonderful skill that you possess. on the off chance that you're still considering being a guardian, just whisper something soothing, something positive you might say. You know, that really is rather nice. On the flip side of that, show me how you terrify somebody. Remember, you can change your form. Let's see it. Well, change back. That is wonderful. Finally, for me, hold out your hand as if you want to lead somebody away, be it to safety, be it to their doom. Hold out that hand and show me how you would offer to lead someone away. I love it. So, confirm for me, please, as if I don't already know, which position you would like to take up. Excellent choice. Well, as it goes, it's an immediate start. So are you ready to head to Earth? On the way down, I can outline your duties in a little more detail, and I'll be back to check that everything is going hauntingly well. Oh, wonderful. Come on then, my spirit friend. Back to Earth we go.